Sunday, December 13th, 2015, 7:58 a.m. Look at how the no life having bitch got it jacked up all the way up to a 3.0. 8 o'clock in the fucking morning. So you know the no life having bitches had it jacked up all fucking night.
What connects us is that special time of year. Happy holidays from WJZ.
Good morning. Up next on WJZ Weekend Edition.
Good morning. A stubborn fire causes heavy damage, backs up traffic, and cancels an annual holiday celebration in Annapolis. I'm Amy Yancey. The latest details next on WJZ.
Plus, San Bernardino shooting fallout. What we're learning about an attack on a California mosque. That's next. And
the Ravens are underdogs at home today, but they hope to get a lift from the fans. I'm Mark Viviano. A look at their game with Seattle is coming up.
And speaking of the Ravens, there you have it, M&T Bank Stadium. It'll be a warm day at the stadium, but a cold front is on its way to Maryland. Meteorologist Tim Williams tells us when it will get here, coming up in our first morning weather forecast. Eyewitness News Sunday morning starts now. This is WJZ-TV, Baltimore.
In your community, where you live, now it's WJZ, Maryland's news station.
Good morning and welcome to Eyewitness News Weekend Edition. I'm Gigi Barnett.
And I'm Tim Williams here on this 13th day of December. It is a little startling when you go outside and you realize that it feels like Florida. It's unusual.
And you don't want to buy a Christmas tree because of it.
Oh, here we go. Which tells me, if you weren't joining us yesterday, you didn't hear the promise that yesterday it was all about the Christmas tree. I'm going to get a Christmas tree. Because yesterday was so nice outside. The weather's so great, I'm going to get a Christmas tree. And
as I was looking out to sleep last night, I realized it's your fault.
Because
you keep giving us all these warm weather forecasts, and I can't get into the Christmas spirit to go get a tree.
So it's the weather's fault again, because it's too nice to get a Christmas tree. Can't get into the holiday spirit. Well, you have to celebrate 4th of July. Go buy some fireworks, man. Yeah, it is so nice outside. You just can't believe it. When you go outside, it's balmy, it's a little humid, so with the temperatures in the 40s and 50s at this time of morning, going up to near 70 degrees again today like we did yesterday, it is just unusually warm for December. Right now, if you take a look at the sunrise coming up, we did tie a record yesterday. We got to 71 degrees at BWI Thurgood Marshall. Right now, we're sitting at 50 degrees at the airport, 50 in Annapolis, 51 in Ocean City, 59 currently in Bel Air, 57 in Hagerstown. This is a weekend where we have temperatures approaching 20 to about 30 degrees above the normal highs. The average now is 46 for this day. We are going up again to about 70. Starting off right around 50 degrees by about midday, seeing temperatures right around 68 degrees, and it's nothing to stop it from hitting 70 degrees again for another day. We'll have the complete first morning forecast. We'll talk about some changes coming our way in just a few moments.
All right, thank you, Tim. But now here's a look at the other stories people are talking about this morning. We begin with a massive fire ripping through an historic yacht club in Annapolis, burning for hours. Amy Yancey reports on the problems the blaze caused for hundreds of visitors in town for an annual event this weekend.
Good morning. The streets were packed with people expecting to see a holiday parade. Instead, the Wasatch fire crews worked to put out the flames, not the spectacle anyone was hoping to see. Flames and black smoke engulfed the Annapolis Yacht Club. The fast-moving fire turns this scenic waterfront into an inferno.
Person on location reported heavy fire from the building. We immediately called for a second and third alarm assignment.
The call came in at 2:15 Saturday afternoon when the fire alarm went off in the main clubhouse on Compromise Street. Emergency dispatch flooded with calls of people watching from the dock and from their windows. Traffic in the surrounding area is rerouted, and the mayor cancels the annual parade of lights.
So the safety issue was fire coming off the boat and landing in the water. We want to make sure that none of the other boats passing by would have fire.
90 firefighters from the city and U.S. Naval Academy spent hours putting out hotspots. 3 fire boats are brought in to supply water. You really get a sense of how ruthless this fire was just by looking at the clubhouse staircase. The steps and handrails are completely charred, but it's still way too early to know just how much damage was caused here. According to a yacht club notice, the building was closed to members while preparing for the parade. Fire crews got everyone out safely. One firefighter suffered minor injuries and was taken to a local hospital. People in town for the parade becoming spectators to the 3-alarm fire instead.
I'm not happy, but we're here, so we might as well make a night out of it and keep enjoying what's left of what was supposed to be the event.
At this point, it's not clear if the parade will be rescheduled. The yacht club will remain closed until further notice. WNC WJZ Eyewitness News.
Well, firefighters say the cause of this blaze is still a mystery at this hour. We are learning more about the people killed in a crash on I-95 during Friday night rush hour. Investigators say a high-speed police-involved chase ended when the suspect's car crossed over the median of I-95 northbound and struck another vehicle head-on. Well, 35-year-old Jason Cantor was a passenger in that suspect's car. Medics say he died on the spot. A passenger in the victim's car, 52-year-old Sonia Johnson Baker, died at a local hospital. Doctors could not save her. Police say the other passengers involved in the wreck were rushed to the hospital with some undisclosed injuries. But right now, it's just not clear why the officer initially pulled that suspect over. New this morning, police in Rosedale are investigating a hit and run that sent a woman to the hospital. It happened just after 1 o'clock this morning on the 8200 block of Pulaski Highway. Baltimore County Police tell WJZ the woman was hit and the driver took off without ever stopping. Investigators are now searching for a silver SUV with front-end damage that may have a missing mirror. Just happened 2 blocks from the scene of the fatal crash one night earlier. The search for evidence ends for the day yesterday as divers search a lake near that mass deadly shooting in San Bernardino, California a couple weeks ago. Well, John Blackstone reports for WJZ on how investigators are trying to determine if the shooter dumped any evidence in that lake.
For the third day, dive teams from the FBI and local police scoured the bottom of a muddy lake where it's believed the shooters may have thrown away a computer hard drive. As the search for evidence goes on here, so does the sorrow. Hundreds gathered today for the funeral of Thi Nguyen, one of the 14 killed.
That's what she was all about. Love and family. She was the most selfless, caring person with a heart bigger than the sun.
Nearly 2,000 miles away in Georgia, another victim, Shannon Johnson, was remembered as a hero, shielding a co-worker as he lay mortally wounded.
Shannon Johnson, Larry Kaufman.
The names of all 14 of those killed have been added to a wall of remembrance of those who have died in the War on Terror. In Coachella, California, an arson fire at a mosque is being investigated as a hate crime. 23-year-old Carl James Dial was arrested yesterday, hours after a firebomb was thrown into the lobby of the mosque where Raimundo Noor is imam.
We're concerned for our own safety and safety of our families, our children. When these type of things happen, usually one of the major culprits is ignorance.
Here in San Bernardino, 4 dive teams spent most of Saturday in the water. We've seen the divers bring up several items, but so far the FBI has made no comments on what has been found here. John Blackstone, CBS News, San Bernardino.
Well, the Wall of Remembrance is traveling around California this morning. As we head into the holidays, some people are really missing their loved ones, and yesterday marked the National Wreaths Across America Day. A nonprofit group places remembrance wreaths on the nearly 250,000 headstones at Arlington National Cemetery. Wreaths Across America brought more than 70,000 volunteers to help place those wreaths on the memorials. The main base group says the green wreaths, each with a red bow, are a gesture of gratitude. The wreaths were at Arlington were among more than 900,000 wreaths placed at more than 1,000 locations across the country.
Well, turning now to sports, the Ravens are back home this afternoon to take on the Seattle Seahawks. The Seahawks are heavy favorites, but as sports director Mark Viviano explains, the Ravens are counting on their home field advantage to help them pull off the upset.
Good morning. Decimated by injuries and facing a formidable opponent. There may not be much to cheer about in Baltimore today, but the Ravens are turning to you, the fans. to help give them hope this afternoon. The pain and frustration of the Ravens season has been well documented and clearly reflected in their 4-8 record. Forced to use backups at several key positions, including quarterback, and preparing now to take on the Seattle Seahawks, a playoff contender who boasts one of the best defenses in the NFL. The Ravens figure one thing in their favor is home field advantage, so they're asking for fans to make an impact.
Hopefully come out and support them and be really loud about it, you know, and make it fun. Make it a Ravens football.
But a lot of it depends, Craig. Look, the United States is going to be the leader in this, positive or negatively, depending on where you are. It depends on who the next president is. If it's Hillary Clinton, she'll continue this, and it probably can keep this framework in place. But it's very fragile. None of this is mandatory. Any country could back out, no matter what they say on this. So that's what makes it very difficult to see it forging ahead.
Chuck Tucker, always good to see you, friend. And a quick reminder here to tune in to Meet the Press this morning when Chuck's guest.
Turning now to the latest on the mass shooting in San Bernardino and new questions this morning about the female shooter and whether she should have ever been allowed into the United States in the first place. NBC's Gotti Schwartz is in San Bernardino this morning. Gotti, good morning.
Good morning. The search of this lake is over, but now as the investigation delves deeper into the past of these killers, new questions about radical posts online. Did authorities miss a glaring red flag when they let Tashfeen Malik immigrate to the United States? A big question this morning. The New York Times reporting she openly posted on social media that she supported violent jihad, even wanted to be a part of it. According to the Times, law enforcement officials only recently became aware of these postings because reviewing social media isn't normally part of their background checks. Today, the search of the lake where Malik and her husband Saeed Farook may have dumped potential evidence is over. The FBI has not revealed whether they recovered anything of value from the water. Sources tell NBC News the FBI is trying to learn as much as they can about Enrique Marquez, not named a suspect, but Farouk's friend and the person who bought the assault rifles several years ago. Sources also say it's possible both Farouk and Malik were becoming radicalized before they met as early as 2010. And this morning, a potential answer to who firebombed a mosque in Southern California. 23-year-old Carl Dial accused of a hate crime.
If he is charged with this, he's going to be responsible as an adult.
His family says Dial was consumed by what he's seen on social media and that he's innocent until proven guilty. But if he did it, he'll face the consequences.
We will supply him with money for the commissary. We have no plans to bail him out.
Meanwhile, Muslims in this community are raising money for the San Bernardino victims, but fear constantly being the target of hate.
We're grateful that no one was hurt.
While at funeral homes and churches across the country, friends and family are remembering the victims of the San Bernardino attack, like Shannon Johnson, who was brought back to his home state of Georgia to be laid to rest, honored as a hero who gave his life protecting his co-workers, and Isaac Amaños, who moved to California to escape the violence in Africa.
He was so sweet and funny and he smiled. I was so happy.
Now joining names on a memorial wall of Americans killed in terrorist attacks. Because Farouk was a county health inspector, the county health department is now revisiting all restaurants and businesses that were issued certificates by Farouk, making sure to replace them with new certificates that no longer bear his name. Erica?
Gotti Schwartz for us this morning. Gotti, thank you.
Turning now to the attacks in Paris. Today marks 1 month since terrorism darkened the City of Lights. NBC's Kelly Cobier is in London this morning with the latest on the investigation as we learn of more arrests, this time in Switzerland. Kelly, good morning.
That's right, Craig. Good morning to you. The Swiss prosecutor says the 2 men are from Syria. These 2 new arrests. They're suspected of making and transporting explosives and toxic gas. They were arrested on Friday, found with traces of explosives in their car, officials said. This as a massive manhunt continues for at least 4 other suspects. Heavily armed police patrolled Geneva, the city on a heightened state of alert after a tip from the CIA that 4 people with ties to the Islamic State may be planning a specific attack. Men under arrest are not tied to that manhunt. They spoke no French, he said, and had recently arrived in Switzerland. A month after the attack on Paris, which left 130 dead, suspect Salah Abdeslam is still on the run. And Belgian investigators are looking for this man, Mohamed Abrini, seen with Abdeslam 2 days before the attack. In Paris, an impromptu vigil this morning at the Bataclan Theater, where 89 people were killed. Today, nerves are still raw.
We are more attentive about our environment. We pay attention in some way. We feel very sad.
France is still under a state of emergency, but this weekend, protesters were given a special last-minute permit to demonstrate against the climate change talks. The demonstration was peaceful. At the cafes where dozens were killed, mountains of flowers and memorials still stand. But there are small signs of a city moving on. The Banlieue, where 5 people died, has been open for over a week, and customers are coming back. And back to the investigation, there are unconfirmed reports in a British paper this morning that one of the Paris attackers, Abdelhamid Abaoud, had pictures of Birmingham, England on his phone. Well, according to a British security analyst, there does appear to be some sort of link to the United Kingdom, but how relevant that link is still unclear. The police here will only say that this country remains on the highest state of alert, and Craig, that an attack is highly likely.
Kelly Cobiella this morning from London. Kelly, thank you.
Chanel is here with a developing story out of California this morning. Police shooting caught on camera, Chanel.
Yes, the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department is holding a press conference today about a deputy-involved shooting that is sparking protests. The incident was caught on camera, and we do want to warn you, the video is graphic. While the video doesn't show events leading up to the shooting, the Sheriff's Department says deputies responding to a report of shots fired confronted a man with a gun and opened fire when the man turned towards them, killing him. Angry demonstrators converged on the shooting scene, claiming that even after the man fell to the ground, officers kept firing. In Russia, a blaze swept through a home for mentally ill adults. The smoky fire left at least 23 dead. Many of the patients were unable to walk and had to be carried from the building. Officials say about 50 people were rescued from the gutted structure. Notifications are going out to families and employees who need to be checked for exposure to a California nurse with tuberculosis. The calls could affect about 800 people who were at the Santa Clara Valley Medical Center, including 350 infants. The babies will protectively get medication and x-rays for 6 months. County officials say one reason for the precautions is that the area has a large number of active TB cases. In sports, college football has given out its highest honor. The Heisman Trophy was awarded to Derrick Henry of Alabama's Crimson Tide. The running back rewrote the record books, setting new marks for single season and conference rushing. And finally, in New Orleans, a homeless man's lost Christmas tree has sparked an outpouring of community assistance. The tree used to stand outside his toots under one of the city's highways, but the sanitation department removed it, saying it violated local codes. Well, residents in the area heard the story, and look at this. They began showing up with new trees and ornaments and presents. Many stayed to decorate the trees that are now on display around the tent.
That's what Christmas is about,
Yes,
right?
that spirit right there. Chanel, thanks.
Dylan is back with a look at the national forecast, and we're looking at some snow.
Yeah, the eastern plains with the severe storms, the western plains with the snow, where we have winter storm warnings. In effect, we could see several inches of snow, especially across the panhandle of Oklahoma and into southwestern Kansas. Elsewhere across the country, we are looking at rain right through the middle, and up and down the east coast, we will most likely be breaking some record highs and more mountain snow out west. Let's look at the weather across the country. Now, here's a peek out your window.
High temperatures in the 70s in the middle of December. 71 downtown Baltimore, 69 Parkton, 70 Bel Air. If you're heading out to the Ravens game, temperatures will be in the mid-60s as the game starts and right around 70 as it wraps up. Looks like we'll have some rain in the forecast tomorrow, high 68.
When severe storms hit Maryland, WBAL TV 11 News has the complete list of closings and delays. Watch for them at the bottom of your TV screen and at the top of the 11 News mobile app. From WBAL TV 11 News, sponsored by BGE Home.
And that's your latest forecast.
All right, Dylan, thank you.
The waiting is almost over. Tomorrow, some very lucky people will get the chance to see the new Star Wars movie. The film, expected to shatter every known record in the galaxy, is slated to premiere in Hollywood tomorrow night. NBC's Kristen Dahlgren has more on the excitement, now reaching Empire-sized proportions.
The Force. It's calling to you.
The wait is almost over for the release of Star Wars The Force Awakens. And on Monday night in Hollywood, the premiere has garnered so much excitement, the movie will be shown in 3 movie theaters, potentially making it the biggest Hollywood premiere ever.
It's unprecedented. There are so many celebrities that want to go see this film, let alone just people in general that are excited for this movie.
In anticipation of Monday's star-studded event and Friday's release, people are already camped out in front of the TCL Chinese Theater. The same theater where Star Wars first debuted back in 1977. And reminiscent of people lining up in droves for their chance to take in the new phenomenon. Advanced ticket sales for this film have surpassed 50 million. But there's no guarantee you'll get a ticket at the Chinese theater's first public screening.
It's a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Devoted fans must log at least 24 hours in line before they can get a ticket. A challenge many will gladly take up in the hopes of being part of movie history. For today, Kristen Dahlgren, NBC News, New York.
Since we are talking a little history there with the film, we thought we'd take a look back at some of the reviews for the original Star Wars. Stanley Kaufman with The New Republic said, "The only way that Star Wars could have been interesting was through its visual imagination and special effects. Both are unexceptional."
Oh, wow. The late, great Roger Ebert, he wrote, Star Wars taps the pulp fantasies buried in our memories, and because it's done so brilliantly, it reactivates old thrills, fears, and exhilarations we thought we'd abandoned when we read our last copy of Amazing Stories.
And Pauline Kael with The New Yorker said, "It's enjoyable on its own terms, but it's exhausting too. Like taking a pack of kids to the circus. It's an epic without a dream." Oh, that might be my favorite review ever. There's a lot in there.
Wow.
There you go. Still ahead, a soldier's best friend, the decorated dog recovering alongside his master after both survived a roadside bomb. Will share the heartwarming photos. But first, these messages.
If you have moderate to severe plaque psoriasis, isn't it time to let the real you shine through? Introducing Otezla, a Premolast. Otezla is not an injection or a cream. It's a pill that treats plaque psoriasis differently. Some people who took Otezla saw 75% clearer skin after 4 months. And Otezla's prescribing information has no requirement for routine lab monitoring. Don't take Otezla if you are allergic to any of its ingredients. Otezla may increase the risk of depression. Tell your doctor if you have a history of depression or suicidal thoughts, or if these feelings develop. Some people taking Otezla reported weight loss. Your doctor should monitor your weight and may stop treatment. Side effects may include diarrhea, nausea, upper respiratory tract infection, and headache. Tell your doctor about all the medicines you take and if you're pregnant or planning to be. Ask your doctor about Otezla today. Otezla. Show more of you.
Still to come on the Sunday edition of Today, from the doghouse to the courthouse. The woman who posted that picture right there online, facing the long arm of the law tomorrow.
Also, would you like Usher to teach you how to sing? Coming up, how to make that dream a reality. But first, these messages.
There are some people you should give underwear to this holiday. And there are some people you shouldn't. People you should. You shouldn't.
Janice?
Should. Shouldn't. Yes. No. Should. No way. Should. No. Definitely not. No. You shouldn't give underwear to everybody, but for those you do, give them Fruit of the Loom.
It's the spontaneous moments of a relationship that we never forget. But it's the daily rituals
symbols that define those relationships. At Petco, that's why we offer a thoughtful selection of healthy treats, like Greenies, the #1 vet-recommended dental treat to fight tartar and freshen breath. After all, what we feed them matters. So hurry and save 20% now and help our companions thrive for life. Only at Petco.
Special guest performances from music's hottest stars. Who will become The Voice? Live tomorrow and Tuesday on NBC.
The first signs of a threatening storm. The first wind on the beach. The first frost in the mountains. Chief Meteorologist Tom Tasselmeyer and the 11th Inkster Weather Team. Your first line of defense. Accurate and experienced in predicting a variety of changing weather. From the eastern shore to the western mountains and across the bay.
No matter what the season throws at you, we'll warn you first.
Tom Tasselmeyer and the 11th Inkster Weather Team. On WBAL TV 11 News. Live. Local. Late breaking.
It's a wild weekend at Gardner Wolf Furniture with 55% off and more store-wide, plus a $55 instant discount and no interest for 55 months. The wild weekend sale through Monday at Gardner Wolf Furniture.
This portion of 11 News is brought to you by Anne Arundel Community College. Register now for winter and spring classes. Visit aacc.edu.
Happy holidays.
From all of us at WBAL TV 11.
There are times when words can't capture a moment. So you stand back. Take it all in. Listen. You let the story speak for itself. In Paris, so many tributes, so many messages, but they all say the same thing. Paris is alive.
Late breaking. This is WBAL TV 11 News today.
Good morning, I'm Deborah Wiener. It's 8:26. Here's a look at some of our top stories. Investigators are still trying to figure out this morning what caused a massive fire at the Annapolis Yacht Club early Saturday afternoon. The fire took place around 2 p.m., where overall about 90 firefighters came out to battle the flames. Fortunately, no one was seriously hurt. Meantime, the annual Parade of Lights was canceled. Homicide detectives are investigating a deadly house fire in Severn. They say 59-year-old Diana Knight was one of 2 people who died in Thursday's fire on Old Camp Mead Road. The medical examiner has ruled her death a homicide. Another body, that of a male, was found inside the home as well. His autopsy results are pending. There's no word on a cause of the fire, but authorities say the house had been under construction after a previous fire in February. Baltimore police say they have a person of interest in the shooting of a 14-year-old boy. It happened just before midnight Friday night inside a home in the 2600 block of Cecil Avenue. Police say the teen is in serious condition at the hospital. We're back in a minute with a check on today's great forecast.
It was early one morning this holiday season. Someone came gifting for nary a reason. Came and went like the briefest of snows. But then I caught a glimpse as up the elevator she rose. Her smile was true as she dashed away quick. She looked quite happy. She looked fantastic. Give holiday scratch-offs from the Maryland Lottery. You'll feel fantastic.
You know, years ago, wooden horses were all the rage. Now, remote control cars, Bluetooth speakers, so we just go to Five Below. All the cool gifts are just $5 and below. Get more, give more. Five Below, just go!
This holiday, it's time for Wegmans. It's time to savor. Time to bake. It's time to enjoy with family. From the first toast to the last dessert.
Happy holidays from all of us. This portion of 11 News is brought to you by Stella Maris, ranked 5 stars by Medicare.
Good morning, everyone. This is not the weather headline you would expect to see in December. Record warmth. Yes, the record today is 69 degrees. We're heading up to 71, about 25 degrees above average. Around this time of the year, we should be at 46 for daytime highs. Chilly by the end of the week, though, as we have not one, but two cold fronts heading into the area. 71 downtown Baltimore, Towson right at 70, Parkton 69, 70 Columbia, 72 Centreville, and upper 60s for the Annapolis area. If you are heading out to the Ravens game, great football weather. You can put on your Ravens t-shirt, mid-60s as the game starts and right around 70 as the game begins to wrap up. But for tomorrow, a change in the weather pattern. Looks like we'll have a chance for showers as that first cold front makes its way in. High of only 68 there. I say only, but we're still well above average. 70% chance for showers. The best time to see the rain tomorrow will be in the afternoon. Could have some leftover sprinkles early Tuesday morning. That will clear, leave us with partly cloudy skies and a high down to 58 degrees Tuesday. Next cold front rolls through Thursday with a chance for rain, high of 59.
All right, thanks, Mary. We're back with another edition of 11 News Sunday morning at 9. We'll see you then.
I've made a big decision. I'm entering the race for President of the United States of America. Next, Jeb. Oh, boy. Poor Jeb. You gotta admit, it's a pretty good plot twist that I turned out to be the smart one. I wish you would have asked me about the exclamation point on the end of his name. Look, I don't like the taste of broccoli, but it doesn't get any tastier if you call it broccoli.
Oh, Will Ferrell, returning to Saturday Night Live to reprise his impression of George W. Bush, mocking a few of the presidential candidates and giving us all plenty of laughs, which we are happy to continue into our Sunday morning. Welcome back. It is Sunday, December 13th, 2015. We have another fantastic crowd out here on the plaza with us.
It's a great bunch.
This is good stuff. There's a sign over there that says, all we want for Christmas is a picture with Dylan. I think we can make that happen. We're making Christmas wishes come true every day on the plaza. Let's get a look at what's making headlines for you on this Sunday morning. A new poll in Iowa shows a dramatic shift in the Republican presidential race. The numbers there showing Donald Trump now trailing Ted Cruz in one poll by 10 points. Caucuses in the Hawkeye State now just about 50 days away.
This morning, the New York Times reports despite posts on social media supporting jihad, Tashfeen Malik passed 3 background checks to obtain her U.S. visa before carrying out the attack in San Bernardino. The new details come as police arrest a man in connection with the firebombing of a Southern California mosque.
And roll tide, the Heisman Trophy awarded to Alabama's Derrick Henry. The running back set new records for a single season, rushing for nearly 2,000 yards.
We start this half hour with the woman who unleashed a firestorm on social media when she posted a picture of her dog with its mouth taped shut. That picture right there, Catherine Lemansky, also known as Katie Brown, will appear in a Raleigh, North Carolina courtroom tomorrow facing charges of animal cruelty. Chanel is here with more on that story.
So Lemansky's post went viral almost immediately. Her family says she even received death threats from angry animal lovers. Now, as she prepares to have her day in court, some hope she'll become the one forced to learn a lesson. Catherine Lemansky has been in hot water ever since she posted this picture last month of her chocolate lab mix with its mouth muzzled with duct tape, simply for barking. The caption, "This is what happens when you don't shut up."
The fact that anybody can do something like that and not, obviously not have any feelings or care anything about it is unconscionable.
Lemansky also posted pictures of her smiling with her dog with the post, "Don't panic, everyone. It was only for a minute, but hasn't barked since." Point made. But dog lovers from every state and nearly a dozen countries were quick to express their anger on social media. Lemansky was charged with 1 count of Class 1 misdemeanor cruelty to animals and will appear for the first time before a judge in North Carolina on Monday. And as disturbing as the case may be, legal experts say Lemansky is unlikely to go to jail.
Unless she has other offenses that are going to add up that would make the judge want to give jail time, she's probably just going to pay a fine.
Animal rights activists say the penalty should be more severe.
If somebody doesn't have the self-control to be able to be patient and understanding and to know that dogs bark, then you think, what on earth else is she going to do to punish that dog?
The dog was not removed from Lemansky's home. Tomorrow's court date is considered an administrative court appearance, so Lemansky will not enter a plea. She's expected to make at least one other court appearance before sentencing. Guys?
Chanel, thank you. There's a more uplifting image of a dog and its owner that's also going viral this morning.
So this is a photo of Army Specialist Andrew Brown and his canine buddy Rocky. I think we have that picture for you. Rocky's a military working dog. There you go. Both of them are recovering side by side after being injured in Afghanistan by a roadside bomb. The photos of these two have now been shared more than 100,000 times on Facebook, where they were first posted. Brown arrived on Friday to Walter Reed Hospital in Washington. You can see Rocky there resting in his own bed with a Purple Heart around his neck. The 89th Military Police Brigade says both are doing well.
Man's best friend, right? Yeah. Man's best friend. Final check the forecast?
Yeah, and we have an awesome picture from Albany, New York, of all places. These kids are like, nope, not wearing the jacket. Throwing their jacket up outside after school one day. I mean, granted, there are no leaves on the trees, so it looks cold, but it is running around 70 degrees out in Albany, in Buffalo. So, I mean, I don't even know why we're wearing jackets right now. I think it's just you feel like you have to. But it is going to be another record-breaking day today for possibly 23 states with the heat. But in the Northwest, every single day we've had these storm systems making their way off the Pacific. This one is actually going to produce one of the biggest storms that Salt Lake City has seen in about 3 years. They could get up to about 8 inches of snow. Last year was the second least snowiest winter in Salt Lake City on record. So certainly going to make up for it this year. And we also have a lot of rain right through the middle of the country. We could see some strong storms, but they shouldn't be as severe as what we saw in Texas yesterday. Let's look at the weather across the country now. Here's a peek out your window.
High temperatures in the 70s in the middle of December. 71 downtown Baltimore, 69 Parkland, 70 Bel Air. If you're heading out to the Ravens game, temperatures will be in the mid-60s as the game starts and right around 70 as it wraps up. Looks like we'll have some rain in the forecast tomorrow. High 68.
Let's not forget, freedom is more powerful than fear.
America on alert as Jason Newton breaks down the recent string of terror attacks and riots giving rise to a new crisis involving the future of millions of Syrian refugees. Today on 11 TV Hill.
Within reach for 12 children born without limbs.
And Harry's here with a very special story involving a special talent of his own. That's all it is.
Here's one of our best elves hard at work.
What's right there?
Nothing.
The touchdown. Come on.
Santa, the Davidsons are here to see our workshop.
Oh. Hello. This is my sleigh. It's how I deliver all the presents. By myself.
Santa, you got anything else going to Albany?
By myself.
Ship with FedEx Ground at FedEx Office. It's how the holidays arrive.
There's something out there that can be serious, even fatal to infants. It's whooping cough, and people can spread it without knowing it. Understand the danger your new grandchild faces. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist about a whooping cough vaccination today. Mastering irresistibly smooth. The Lindor Truffle from the Linked Master Chocolatiers. A hard outer shell with a smooth center. Welcome to the best time of your day. Unwrap. Unwind. Experience the melt. Only the Lindor Truffle. For the holidays, experience our melting smooth Lindor white chocolate peppermint truffles from the Mint Master Chocolatiers.
The people closest to you can be the hardest to shop for, but if you know where to
passengers smell this. Eliminate odors you've gone nose blind to for up to 30 days with the Febreze Carpet Clip. Break out the Febreze and breathe happy.
From Serena Williams.
Well, now you can, thanks to a new series of online classes bringing the stars within reach. This is pretty cool.
This is such a cool idea. The whole class is called Master Class. It's a new online program aimed at providing everyone access to genius. I had an opportunity to learn about the courses and the art of performance from their newest instructor, Usher. Imagine taking a dance lesson with Usher.
Every bit of what I've learned, I want to share with you.
An acting class with Dustin Hoffman.
It's true what they say about failure. You don't learn from success.
Learning how to create a novel with James Patterson.
Learning how to do it, write the story.
Or letting Serena Williams critique your swing.
Get your left arm through it a little more.
Well, now you can, through a course called Master Class, a series of online classes taught by people who are the best in the world at what they do.
I don't want to see, this isn't me, this is the character.
Dustin was one of the first, if not the first, yes we got. And I think we were like, we were like, wait, he's actually wants to teach, actually gonna do this.
David Rogier and his partner, Aaron Rasmussen, are the brains behind this 6-month operation. Self-proclaimed tech geeks with minimal Hollywood connections, they've already amassed an impressive roster, with Kevin Spacey, Christina Aguilera, and Annie Leibovitz launching classes in the new year.
We're starting to become the place where if somebody wants to pass on their knowledge, I think there's a lot of joy for them. And oftentimes, they don't have an opportunity to actually explain their craft.
Okay, well, apparently we had thousands of first lines submitted, which is a good thing.
With workbooks, assignments, and lessons, this looks like a typical online course, but these courses are directed and produced by some of the best talent in Hollywood.
Hey, Usher.
And office hour questions can be answered by Usher.
Stay committed to it.
How hands-on are you with the whole project?
Oh man, I'm totally invested in it. I saw it as an opportunity to help a lot of people. And what could I do with all that I've learned, other than just hold on to it?
This is so much more than just teaching people to sing and dance.
Everybody can have an overnight success. But what happens when you're in front of 20,000 people? Now you have an audience, understanding how to establish an image, understanding how to be confident enough to take constructive criticism and put yourself out there. And use my own career as an example. I wasn't a great dancer when I first started. Even at this level, I still analyze myself.
So what does it feel like to be a part of this whole project?
Someone once asked me, if you were not an entertainer, what would you be? I'd love to be a mentor. I always hope that I could offer encouragement to people who just needed a sense of belief.
And some might say 15-year-old Monet Hunter and 18-year-old Rebecca Rivera needed some belief. Hey, girls. Hi. Two young, aspiring performers who come from tough backgrounds where voice lessons or extra coaching was out of the question.
Was it real? Was it fake?
We invited the girls to NBC and told them we were sending a video of them singing to Usher's team for possible inclusion in a masterclass chapter.
I never dreamed.
What they didn't know is that he was watching them the entire time, right outside the door.
There's somebody singing in here. Was that you guys? Hey! Was that you guys singing?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And they were about to get the ultimate masterclass.
Being able to properly execute a song isn't always necessarily about hitting perfect notes. It's about the commitment that you convey within the song, right? So, you understand what I mean when I say that? Take your time.
Wow. What a moment. Can I just tell you, Usher Usher was this close to missing a flight, and his team was like, we gotta go, we gotta go. He talked to those girls for about 20 minutes and just gave them so much of his time. It's a moment they'll never forget. And, you know, that's what's so great about this masterclass is that you can have a mentor in these celebrities, you know, that are the best in their business. It costs $90. You get their whole course, and you can actually buy it as a gift. So if you want to get a gift card for some great idea.
It's a great gift idea.
It's such a genius idea.
How often do the instructors engage with the students like that?
They engage by updating their whole courses, so they take some of the feedback, they take some of the comments that they're getting, and then they work it into an updated version of the course. So they're very hands-on.
Brilliant ideas. And great to see so many big, successful people be so into
They
it.
want to share their story and their knowledge.
You know, it's not like they're holding their talents. They're like, here, let me show you how I do it.
Right.
Love it.
Love it, Dylan. Thanks. Still ahead, a 3D printer delivering a Christmas miracle for 12 children who just want to be like everyone else. We're back after this.
No one told me about her, the way she lied. Well, no one told me about how many people cry. But it's too late to say you're sorry. How would I know? Why should I care? Please don't bother trying to find her. Cuckoo Mama Chanel.
At Chanel.com.
You owned your car for 4 years. You named it Brad. You loved Brad. And then you totaled him. You two had been through everything together. 2 boyfriends, 3 jobs. You're like, nothing can replace Brad. Then Liberty Mutual calls. And you break into your happy dance.
If you sign up for better car replacement, we'll pay for a car that's a model year newer with 15,000 fewer miles than your old one. See car insurance in a whole new light. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
At issue is this. What is the right question? We did our own little math here. Let's discuss. If it's Sunday, it's Meet the Press.
Koons is the #1 selling Toyota dealer, the #1 selling Ford dealer, #1 GM dealer, #1 Jeep, #1 Kia, and on and on and on. And that's because our Koons wow prices save you up to 25% off MSRP. Plus, Koons gives you up to 25% more for your trade, which is why Koons has sold over 2 million vehicles and counting. Go ahead, see for yourself. Online now at Koons.com.
Democrat Donna Edwards knows what it's like to struggle. Divorced and without a place to live, raising her son alone, going without health insurance to put food on the table. But Donna persevered. Then she put that strength to work for us, protecting women from domestic violence, taking on the NRA, rejecting Wall Street's cash. Powerful interests don't want Democrat Donna Edwards. That's a powerful reason why we do. Women Vote is responsible for the content of this advertising.
It's the amazing year-end savings event at Nationwide Kia. Come get your new ride at Nationwide Kia and make no payments till June 2016 and get Nationwide for life. Free oil changes, free car washes, free loaner cars, free manicures, and an engine guarantee for life. Got a trade? You got it made. Come get your new ride at Nationwide and get amazing year-end savings at Nationwide Kia in Weaverville and nationwideauto.com. Happy holidays from all of us at Nationwide Kia. We're back now on a Sunday morning with our season of kindness. This time of year, Santa has countless wish lists to fulfill, but some requests are just simply impossible, or so it may seem.
Yeah, sometimes the big guy has to call in a little help to make the dreams of some of the most deserving children come true. NBC's Carrie Sanders tells us about some of those gifts that are just too big to fit under any tree.
You'd be hard-pressed from a distance, and at times even close up, to learn Lila Brooks Pearson, a can-do 5-year-old, cannot do everything like her friends. Born without a left hand and lacking a full arm, her mom said Lila Brooks is hitting that age when she, too, wants to tie her own shoes, shoot a bow and arrow, make a ponytail.
That is a mom. Let's talk about the ponytail. Important?
It is important. She's a soccer player. She has to put her hair up in a ponytail. Maybe one day mom's out of town. She wants to do it herself. So
Dad's not capable.
Lila Brooks doesn't like to talk about being different, but when she draws herself with her best friend...
So she has the two hands? How about you?
Yeah.
No, you have? The arm.
A new arm with a motorized hand could cost tens to hundreds of thousands of dollars. Out of reach for most. But when the Pearsons found a video online about Alex Pring,
Really?
Yep.
who got his bionic arm delivered by actor Robert Downey Jr.,
You know who that is?
Iron Man.
they wondered,
Oh, look at that, Dad. It's a marriage of robotic technologies.
could their daughter get one too? Students at the University of Central Florida engineered Alex's arm for only $350, created on 3D printers. So for the 12 days of Christmas, those students are celebrating by providing 12 arms for 12 children.
This is for you.
On the first day of Christmas for Lila Brooks, a good life got even better. And Alex was right there to help her along.
Here's the arm for everyone.
Our goal is to build that confidence for children, and when you get to see that smile, everyone gets hooked.
For Lila Brooks, it is a life-changing gift.
Now she might be able to open presents with two hands this year, which is a first.
Bionic hands and arms touching hearts.
High five.
For today, Kerry Sanders, NBC News, Charleston, South Carolina.
The perfect Christmas gift. I mean, that's...
What a story. And for $300, they were able to do that.
God.
It's amazing what 3D printers can do, changing all of those lives.
And we're just at the beginning of the 3D printing revolution, too. So,
Really
Kerry
fantastic.
Sanders, thank you for that. Just ahead, winning in the holiday season on a mission of faith, our man Harry Smith. Doesn't do it very often, but this morning he's going to be touring his own home. And a special surprise as he tells the story behind that red kettle. We're back after this.
Before you open your eyes, at Smithfield, we're busy slow smoking. Before you sizzle, we hand select and hand trim. Before you were born, we gave birth to flavor, which you'll find in every bite of our naturally delicious hickory smoked bacon. Flavor hails from Smithfield.
Everything's sparkling for everyone. Colds. You get a cold. You can't breathe through your nose. Suddenly, you're a mouth breather. Well, just put on a Breathe Right strip, which instantly opens your nose up to 38% more than cold medicine alone. Shut your mouth and say goodnight, mouth breathers. Breathe Right.
Did you say 97?
Yes.
You know, that reminds me of Geico's 97% customer satisfaction rating. 97%? Helped by Geico's fast and friendly claim service.
Geico's as fast and friendly as it gets.
Geico. Expect great savings and a whole lot more.
I remember when my dad passed away, the first Christmas was really hard. I really just wanted to reach out and connect with his family, and I hope to give them some happy memories.
Join us as we pay it forward to some very special people in our lives this week.
Do you need a plumber? Call Len the plumber. Do you need service today? Call Len the plumber and have it done today.
The only way to get a plumber today, just call Len the plumber.
Are you retired or close to it? Tune in to How to Have a Hassle-Free Retirement by the money guys of Everest Wealth Management. Join Philip Rousseau, nominated for Retirement Advisor of the Year, and learn how to plan for your retirement. Sundays at 12:30 on WBAL-TV.
With Next Day Floors, getting new hardwood floors for your home is as easy as 1, 2, 3. First, visit one of our 6 Baltimore area stores or call us and we'll come to you. Next, choose from hundreds of flooring options, including hardwood, laminate, or luxury vinyl tile. And finally, with 24-month, 0% financing and everyday low prices, you'll have your new floors in no time. Here comes the jingle.
Next Day Floors, we come to you. Call 800-916-6112.
The big
Screen Store. It's game on. Get a 65-inch Samsung Smart LED HD TV for just $9.99. Plus, you get free delivery. That's big. Let's go big on sound. How about 10% off Bose game-changing sound systems? And this is huge. We double the length of your Samsung TV warranty free. And our prices beat Amazon every time. The Big Screen Store. Store locations in Maryland and Virginia.
I think we have a few people on the plaza looking forward to their weekly Sundays with Harry. For more than 100 years, the Salvation Army has provided one particular sound of the season with its annual Red Kettle Can.
Harry Smith is here with a look at the charity's history of helping. Good morning, sir.
You know, I don't know, like my wife, she can't go buy a kettle without throwing some money in. It's just one of those deals. The Army is deployed all over the world, helping people in all kinds of ways.
You see it first during a disaster. As if by magic, a truck appears where you can get a cup of coffee or a sandwich. I've seen it more times than I can count, and it seems like they always get there first. But day to day, the Army does a lot of things we don't see. Drug and alcohol rehabilitation, homeless outreach, housing, hunger relief, veteran services, the elderly, prisoners. Oftentimes, the Salvation Army is the safety net that catches folks when they need help the most. Frankly, they do a lot of work that's just plain hard. Caring, steadfast, they see serving as their duty. And while their mission comes from their faith, who they help knows no boundary.
We're joined now by Gordon Moore, who plays cornet in the Salvation Army Band. There you go. Hang on, everybody. Gordon, and we have two of Gordon's sons here, too, and a par from Ireland. Didn't figure that one out. All right. Welcome, everybody. Gordon, talk to me a little bit. We've known each other for years. Does the need ever decrease, or is the need as great as ever?
Well, first let me say how great it is to be with you again, especially with a tuba in your hand. Yes, the need increases year by year, and it becomes more increasingly difficult to raise the money with what you see the red petals at this time of year. But whether it's a hot meal or toys for a needy family at Christmas, and if I may say music, refer to music, which is close to my heart, the hundreds of young people around the New York area that we teach week in and weekend. Right. The Salvation Army tries to invest in the lives of the people we contact.
And these guys are so busy doing so many good things. Where do you go when you finish here?
Actually, just a few blocks away to the Adult Rehabilitation Center of the Salvation Army.
Wow, my goodness. Well, we've got you here with the instruments. We might as well play a little bit, right? Okay. And we have Ellie here, who's the human music stand. So how about we go? 1, 2, 3. Let's give it a shot. Gentlemen, really appreciate it. Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas. Thank you guys. That was Harry Smith, a hidden talent, very impressive.
How long have you been playing the tuba here?
I started when I was a little kid. And I get it out every 6 years here.
This is for a very good cause, and you guys do wonderful work. So thank you again for everything you do at Christmas and throughout the year.
Quick reminder to tune in to Meet the Press this morning when Chuck sits down with Senator Marco Rubio.
That's going to do it for us on a Sunday morning. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, everyone.
And coming up next at 11 News, a pivotal day awaits in the Officer William Porter trial. How the case stacks up before a jury weighs in. Plus, record warm in the middle of December. We'll take a look at the hourly forecast coming up. And making a lasting impression, some unique holiday gifts for those in the list this season.
Diamonds, the jewelry exchange has thousands of GIA diamonds guaranteed lowest price. Certified 2-carat solitaires, $59.90. 2-carat rings and studs are $39.90. And certified 3-carat rings, $7,900. Plus no interest for 12 months. The jewelry exchange in Bethesda.
Children's education. At UMUC, I learned everything I needed to start my own company. One day I got this letter from the IRS, and usually that's not a good thing, but in this case, it was a great thing. I was CEO of my own company. That was my moment.
Because the hours and moments at UMUC. Visit UMUC.edu/achievement.
It's the amazing year-end savings event at Nationwide Nissan. You get your new ride at Nationwide Nissan and save up to $8,000. That's right, $8,000. And get Nationwide for life. Free oil changes, free car washes, free motor cars, free manicures, and an engine guarantee for life. Got a trade? You got it made. Come get your new ride at Nationwide and get amazing year-end savings at Nationwide Nissan in Colonial and NationwideAuto.com. Happy holidays from all of us at Nationwide.
Smile.
After Hair Cutter is giving you the look you'll love, you can't help but smile. Hair Cutter is Smile Back Guarantee. No small triggers, just big smiles.
Late breaking. This is WBAL's 11 News Sunday morning.
Closed until further notice, and you can see why the devastating fire at the Annapolis Yacht Club that took firefighters a while to fight. New clues in a deadly house fire investigation in Severn. What investigators have revealed in this case. A teenage boy was shot inside a home and found by his grandmother, why Baltimore police say they could be close to having a suspect in custody. Good morning. Welcome to 11 News Sunday Morning. I'm Jennifer Franciati. And I'm Deborah Wiener. We'll get to all those stories and more in just a moment. First, we do want to take a look outside with you, Mary Marshall. I want to fast forward to the end of this show so I can just go outside and enjoy this gorgeous weather. I mean, great football weather, great whatever you want to do weather. We're talking 70s in the middle of December. Record warm for today is expected. Temperatures now in the mid-50s across most of the region. 55 in Sykesville. It's 55 at BWI. We're up to temperatures of 52 degrees in White Marsh and 57 now in Cockeysville. Heading up to 71 degrees in downtown Baltimore. Hey, I didn't stutter. I said 71 in the middle of December. 69 Parkland, 70 in Columbia, 71 Chestertown, and 72 degrees in Centerville with southwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Over the next 3 days, there will be some changes. Rain tomorrow, high of 68 as a cold front swings through, and behind that front, 58 degrees. Tuesday, we're looking at another round of cooler air coming in, and the 11th Weather Plus forecast. Thanks, Mary. Investigators are working to figure out what caused the fire at the Yacht Club in Annapolis early yesterday afternoon. They sure are, and as Vanessa Herring reports, that fire grew so quickly, they had to call mutual aid.
It was supposed to be a festive night. The celebration was set to happen on the water, a parade of lights. The Annapolis Yacht Club would have been a good spot to take it all in.
For certain, for this kind of event, absolutely they would gather since it's a parade of lights with boats.
Dispatch center received a call from the Fire Alarm Monitoring Company at Sea Compromise Street, the Annapolis Yacht Club. Reported smoke conditions.
Callers flooded 911, reporting smoke coming from the yacht club.
When the first unit got on location, they had heavy fire showing from the building. so they called for a second and third alarm.
Crews from Anne Arundel County and the Naval Academy were called in to help.
With the third alarm assignment, we had about 34 pieces of equipment and about 90 firefighters. It took about an hour and a half to get the fire under control.
The fire caused a lot of commotion. It made bad traffic worse and canceled the annual Parade of Lights.
It was a little disappointing, but it was a pretty big fire.
I've lived here for 6 years, and it's something that I've come down to once in a while, but you know, we still have a few boats still kind of going through these lights, and it was nice to see. It just doesn't seem
9:03 a.m. and I'm gonna stop the video now. You already see how the No Life having bitches jack the levels up, turn it back down, jack them up, turn it back down. Even while I took my shower, so stay tuned.